So another thing that's getting quietly buried in New Year's, and Trump being Trump, is the fact that the testimony, the transcript and the video of Jack Smith's testimony was released yesterday. And so some of the takeaways from that are what you would expect. The fact that Trump was by a large measure, the person responsible for January 6th, and that it was an attempt to overturn a free and fair election. That's the guy sitting in the White House right now. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, Smith said that they would have gotten convictions out of that. It was for Trump's benefit. He did that. He was the driving force for that. Things like getting Pence, death threats and people coming within, some yards of potentially hanging the guy. He directed or contacted multiple senators. This is where the phone records come in. A dozen Republican senators contacting them to try to get election certification measures delayed. 12 Republican senators currently sitting. So they're involved too. Absolutely kept classified material and obstructed justice in trying to keep that classified material in his bathroom and his ballroom and all sorts of places. So, yeah. How does this make me feel? One, it just confirms again that we have an illegitimate president. We have an illegitimate president. We have an insurrectionist, a guy who tried to overturn democracy, currently sitting in the White House because there weren't enough people with the cojones to put him down. And that's Garland. Merrick Garland, who is a ghost right now. So the decision-making of that is sketchy as hell. Smith has offered to publicly testify and talk about his transcript and his testimony. Once again, it doesn't look like that will happen because the House Republicans don't want that. They were hoping to bury this on the last day of the year in the middle of Trump doing Trump shit. And, oh, by the way, they've attacked a number of other Venezuelan boats. So they're trying to bury this along with multiple other things so that people don't pay attention to it as we go into 2026. And we can let that happen or we can prevent it. So what I would ask is go read the articles. Axios had one. I believe The Independent had another one. There's plenty out there. But look at some of the takeaways from that transcript. It is public, that and the video. So please go look at that. And yeah, just realize that the guy currently sitting in the White House should be in jail for attempting an insurrection on this government. And somehow he's not. And I want answers for that. I don't just want him held accountable. I want answers for that. And I want the people who decided to do that, like Garland and those guys, and slow rolling things. And I want questions about Smith too. Like, where the hell did that go? I mean, why did it take so long? And why didn't we get justice for that? Because that bugs the shit out of me too. And that may be very well tied back into greedy billionaires, which seems to be the center of gravity for all of our bullshit. So, yeah, please go take a look at the Jack Smith stuff. Again, trying to bury it with everything else that is going on. But that is something that I think people should be very aware of as we go into 2026 with the files, Venezuela, Jack Smith, ICE, all of these things. Musk stealing all of our info. There's lots to atone for. And again, hold your Republican representative accountable because he's not there without that. Trump is not there without that. The senators who chose not to pursue impeachment, the Republican congressman who chose not to pursue impeachment, all of those people, make sure just put them out to pasture because we wouldn't be going through any of this without that. There's a weak Republican Party. It is decaying and dead, and it needs to be removed. And the only people that can do it are People who don't want insanity and want accountability and want a better life and want economic decisions that make sense, and a better lives for themselves and their family, and are tired of the bullshit being fed to them by the current Republican Party. Okay, thanks.